E.N.D here. Finally, official spoiler season for Modern Horizons 2 has started. Today is day 1 of the official spoiler season. After some teasing spoilers by Wizard of the Coast, the full set is starting to be unveiled. Let's start. Remember that in Modern Horizons 2, there will be a particular slot available only in the collector booster box reserved for time-shifted version of the best cards of Modern Horizons 2. One of them is Universal Automan, one of the uncommon cards in Modern Horizon 1. Another card, Seer, another very strong wizard card. This will have this time-shifted version, special time-shifted version of the card available only in the collector booster boxes, not available in the draft and set booster boxes. Another card is Ingenian Infiltrator, one of the best ninja cards out there. In the rare slot, Hall of Heliod Generosity. This will also get this nice retro time-shifted frame. And the mythic card, Sword of Truth and Justice. Yes, Sword of Truth and Justice, one of the best mythic cards, one of the good cards in Modern Horizons 2. This will get a reprint in the time-shifted retro frame. So those were the time-shifted retro versions of the best Modern Horizons 1 cards. Now let's start the proper Modern Horizons 2 spoilers. Prismatic Ending for X and 1 white, it's a sorcery. Coverage, exile target non-land permanent if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of cards of mana spent to cast the spell. Fractured Sanity for 3 blue, it's a sorcery. Each opponent mills 14 cards, cycling 1 and 1 blue. When you cycle Fractured Sanity, each opponent mills 4 cards. Let me stop for a second here. I think Mill will be a viable deck in Modern with this card. It's already a very strong deck in Standard. Add this in Modern and you will have a very strong Mill deck. Wonder, 3 and 1 blue, it's a 2/2, it has flying. As long as it's in your graveyard and you control an island, creatures you control have flying. Therefore, you can cast this creature when it goes in the graveyard, or you can mill this creature in your graveyard. If it's in your graveyard and you control an island, all your creatures will have flying. Squirrels. Squirrels will get some spicy cards in Modern Horizons 2. One of them is Revenue Squirrel. For 1 hybrid mana between black or green, it's a 1/1. Whenever you sacrifice a creature or an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on Revenue Squirrel. For 1 black and 1 green, sacrifice an artifact or a creature, you gain 1 life and you also draw a card. Another squirrel, Squirrel Sovereign. For 1 and 1 green, it's a 2/2. Other squirrels you control get +1/+1. This is a Squirrel Lord. Another card perfect for Squirrel's deck, Squirrel Sanctuary. For 1 green, it's an enchantment. Enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you may pay 1 generic mana. If you do, return it to its owner's hand. Squirrel Mob, this is a reprint. This is also was reprinted in a secret lair drop. This means that Squirrel Mob from Odyssey, now it's Modern legal. For 1 and 2 green, it's a 2/2. Squirrel Mob gets +1/+1 for each other squirrel on the battlefield. I told you squirrels will get some spicy cards in this particular set. Last card in the, let's say, squirrel cycle, Chatterfang Squirrel General. For 2 and 1 green, it's a 3/3. This is a mythic card, it's a legendary creature. Squirrel Warrior has Forest Walk, which means that this creature is unblockable if the opponent controls a forest. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus that many 1/1 green creature token are created instead. So if you create a 1/1, let's say elf, you will create also a 1/1 squirrel. For 1 black, sacrifice X squirrels. Target creature gets +X/-X until end of turn. Last card in this spoiler, Serra's Emissary. 4 and 3 white, it's a mythic card, it's a 7/7, it's a flying, it's a creature angel, but it's not a legendary. Enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. You and creatures you control have protection from that chosen card type. It's a very interesting card. Don't think it's Modern playable, but I think it's quite good in Commander. So these were all the spoilers for day 1 of Modern Horizons 2. Tune in tomorrow to my channel for more and more spoilers of Modern Horizons 2 and any news about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.